Alright guys, today we have a little bit different kind of video, and also we're on the same track. We just started the 4-3 playbook, free book or free guide or whatever you want to do, a series of videos where we're going to be discussing the 4-3 playbook and certain things we like to do from it. So today I want to talk a little bit about some concepts. One of the best, pound for pound, it's been around all year, but it is one of the best blitzing. It's the best blitzing scheme in the game by far, because it's so simple and it's so effective. And a lot of people went away from this because they found some stuff that they liked, and they found this and that from certain formations. And in my opinion, they really did themselves a disservice because they went away from one of the best plays in the game, or one of the best concepts in the game. Now, what it is, if you guys go into your defensive audibles, let's just look at it real quick. These aren't my actual audibles. I'm messing around with a different type of a setup here, but you see I have the Will 2 fire from the 4-3 stack, and I have the Sam 3 fire for the 4-3 stack. Both of these blitzes are pound for pound some of the best in the game, and it's because of what you can do with the blitzes and because of the setups you can do and the way that the plays are designed. So let's take a look at the Sam 3 fire first here. You want to go ahead and baseline, you want to press coverage, you want to spread your linebackers, and you want to spread your line. Okay, now let's take a look at what we have here. We essentially have 3 guys on the left side of the line, 3 guys on the right side of the line, and 1 guy over the center with 4 secondary players that really don't mean a whole lot because that's kind of standard. But essentially what we have here is we have the ability to bring pressure from the left or from the right, overload pressure basically, meaning that we can overload the left side of the line or we can overload the right side of the line, and the pressure will come in no problem. Now, one of the things that this means is we essentially can run our entire pressure defense from this formation. There's a lot of things we can do because we can also bring an A-gap blitz. We'll show you that a little bit later. But also, real quick, I want to talk a little bit about your scheme and how this all affects in. If you guys notice, we're in a 4-3 formation. So this guy here, Hill, and right here, they are linebackers, and we can globally control them with, if you guys have your strategy pad quick leaks on, which most of you, if you guys are good enough, or have put any time or listen to anyone who has talked about this game, they've probably talked about quick links. And what that is, if you go into your settings, I think it's under game options. You want to turn your strategy pad quick links. You want to make sure that those are on. Now, you have to do that in the menu before you get into game. Otherwise, you won't be able to do that once you get into a head-to-head. So make sure you guys have that set up. It's pretty important. But anyway, essentially, we can control our linemen with the L1 button. It pulls the linemen up so we can spread them. We can crash them left, right, edge rush, all of that. We can spread our linebackers with the R1 button. We can move our linebackers around. We can also globally blitz the right of screen linebacker, as you see here. KJ Wright, he's now blitzing. Now let's put them all in zones here. We can put all of our linebackers in yellow zones. And then we can blitz our left outside linebacker as well. As you see, he's now blitzing. We can blitz all of our linebackers if we hit that little right stick down. Just from our controller, we don't have to get on them. We don't have to click onto this guy here and here and here and here and all of these players to get them to do what they want to do. Essentially, we already have them where we want them. Is the point. So, how do you set up a blitz from a 4-3 stack? Here's your setup. We talked about the power of the 4-3 stack. We talked about the ability to bring pressure from left, right, and A-gap pressure, and all look the same. That's the beauty of the 4-3 stack. You don't have to, the sugar plays are great, but you have to do a ton of you have to baseline and press and this and that, and you don't have to do that from this formation. You don't have to press. I personally press because they play the out routes and it's a little more deceptive. What you could do is you could move them off 5 yards. I think if you have time to get that in, that's by far one of the most effective plays because they got to play everything well. So anyway, what you want to do is you want to spread your line. You want to crash them up. After spreading linebackers is the foundation of this formation. You always want to spread your linebackers from this. Okay, now you're going to put Brian on here on a contain here. You're going to put Irvin on a spy. And you're going to re-blitz Mabane and re-blitz Clemens. And you should get edge pressure from Chris Clemens coming off the edge pretty quick there. As you see, we're only sending 3, and we have 1 guy on a contain, 1 guy on a spy. So, pretty good setup there. Now let's bring it from the left. Same thing. We want to spread the line, we want to crash up. This time we're going to spy Mabane, we're going to contain Clemens. We have to put KJ Wright in the zone. I personally like to put him in a deep blue zone because he'll play like the streaks pretty good. So you want to put Brian over here on a contain, and you want to re-blitz Hill. And you see, you should get the edge pressure from Leroy Hill here. And sometimes that guard will slide over, but I mean he'll get off of it. If you guys, if you don't want a spy or you don't feel you need one, go ahead and leave the guy you would normally spy on a blitz. The spy is kind of glitchy this year. It's good, but it's not good at the same time, if that makes any sense. Because for whatever reason, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they react, sometimes they don't. I mean, there you see, I did that, and I only did like 3 things. If you want the blitz to be easier to set up from the left, you're gonna baseline press coverage. Spread line crash them up, or it's called edge rush on your thing, but it's been called crash up, I think, for a while. So you crash them up, and up is on your right stick. You flick the right stick up, and that crashes them out like so. And then you're going to globally zone your linebackers. You're going to re-blitz your left of screen linebacker. You're going to put Clemens here on a contain, and you're going to spy Mabane, and then you're done. You have your blitz set up. Now you can start adjusting your coverages. And one thing that I like to do is maybe make like a cover 2 invert type of a look here, shade your coverage down. If you guys know, you guys got to get on that. I may have to do a video explaining like the quick links and how to use your controls, but now we have like a cover 2 invert, cover 2 sink type of look with the blitz coming off the left side. And as you see, I mean, it's going to come in every single time. The contains are going to take away like that quick pass. So one of the best blitzing schemes in the game. We can bring it left or right, and we can bring it from 2 different types of shells. We can bring it from a cover 3 shell, which we just showed you with the Sam 3 fire. And also, if we want to bring double, let me just go over this real quick. If we want to bring double-sided pressure, just re-blitz the left of screen linebacker and crash line up, spread linebackers, all that's the same. You're just going to re-blitz that left outside linebacker, but it's the Sam 3 fire. And then you're going to re-blitz both linemen on the right side of the field. In a case like this, what I'll do is I'll probably put my dudes in like yellow, everyone in the yellow zone. What this does, if you guys don't already know, is it basically is a shell that's going to cover for about 5 to 15 yards, and that's how long it's going to take for the pressure to come in. And there you see, I mean, nothing's really open. All the popular routes are taken away, and it's really effective, guys. It really is. So, but you see, we can bring it from a cover 3 shell, or if we want, we can bring it from a cover 2 shell, the Will 2 fire. It's the same concept. As you see here, now we got pressure coming off the left side, so or the left outside linebacker is blitzing instead of the right. So remember, to bring left side pressure, all we have to do is spike Mabane or spread lines, crash up. All that's the same. I'm not going to say that anymore. Just know that I'm doing that. I'm spreading the line and crashing him up for every setup except for the A-gap setup, which I will show at the end of the video. But anyway, all we have to do is we have to spy Mabane, contain Clemens. We need to re-blitz the left outside linebacker on this play if you want to get away with not having to re-blitz Irvin. The reasoning is because of the blitz angle that the left outside linebacker is on when you spread him. It changes, but the way just a simple, literally like 0.2 seconds it takes to re-blitz that guy. It won't be a problem if you guys have your setups in. And again, now we're bringing it from a cover 2 sink type of a scenario, and we're coming off the left side now. It's pretty good, pretty effective play, and your opponent's not going to have a lot of time to sit in the pocket and, you know, just kind of fill whatever out. So again, also if we want to bring it from the right side now, globally zone the linebackers, re-blitz the right one, re-blitz both linemen, and contain and spy. And now you're bringing it from a cover 2 shell off the right side, and it should be B-gap. The reason it should be B-gap is because if you guys remember, let me just show you real quick. From the Sam 3 fire, when we spread them, You see how his linebacker, this blitz angle is different than this one right here. This is the hot routed one, so that's why it's a different. That's why it comes in a different lane, but it's still really, you know, I mean, it's still fine. It shouldn't be any issue. So, so there you see. That time we got picked up. I think I might have contained the wrong guy. Let me see if I did that wrong. Contain, spy. You need to rezone him. And you need, for this scheme, I'll always use the middle linebacker. But that's just my personal preference. So, and there you see coming in. I mean, sometimes, like I said, if you're not playing against if you're playing against a opponent who's not really running with the quarterback, I would recommend not spying. You can always contain. Contains are fine. It's the spies that really hurt you. The reasoning is because for whatever reason, I don't even know why this year, but it's just the way they made the game. Trust me. It's much easier to go ahead and leave him blitzing, but if you want, you'll see here, the pressure will get there, and he'll feel it. It just won't always get all the way in, especially if they slide protect or something like that. So, what I personally do is, re-blitz the linebacker, and I'll re-blitz both guys on this side. I'll leave this side alone. I may contain Irvin, but I don't usually. You can get away without a spy in this game, in my opinion. But if you really want to spy, you could do something like that. As you saw there, that's like an advanced tip. If you guys noticed, if the elite players probably noticed this, but you see how Brian is inside the guard and Mabane is outside the guard. That's why it's a different blitz. That's why it's a different setup for the right than it is from the left. If you move Brian over, it becomes the same type of a deal in that he's on the outside of the guard. So you could now spy Brian, and it shouldn't be any issue now. It should work just like the right. Again, you always want to re-blitz both of these guys because of their positioning on the field, and now we should be good. We should be coming right in every time, and there should be no issue. It should hold him long enough to get the pressure in. So that's the basics of this defense from this formation. I mean, you could kind of run anything you want out of this. It doesn't have to be this formate or this play. Like I say, you can do from 2 men under. You can do from cover 2. You can do it from cover 3. All of your quick audibles, you should be fine because it's a concept. It's a positioning. You're not necessarily relying on any blitz angles, and that's why it'll work every single time. So, real quick, I want to go over an A-gap blitz from Sam 3 Fire, and I want to talk about why this A-gap blitz is effective, why it works. So all you're going to do is you're going to spread the linebackers, and you're going to you have to re-blitz the right of screen linebacker. It's pretty imperative that you do that. Now, what I do is I will take Bruce Irvin. I'll put him in a purple zone, and I'll take Bryant, and I'll spy him, and I'll get on this middle linebacker. I'll make sure he's to the left side of the line, and I'll put him in a flat zone like so. And what should happen is Mabane should come right up the A-gap. Let's see if he does here. See, that's why I don't like running A-gaps, because sometimes he comes in, sometimes he doesn't. It's just kind of, yeah. I wonder if I may have, you don't want to spread the line, though. So maybe I did that. Let's see. Maybe I got this stuff so much in my memory now that it's hard to, yeah, I think I did spread the line. So you don't want to spread the line. You want it to look just like this. You want Mabane to be right over the guard and slip. It's like a slip blitz angle is what I call it. And you'll see here, wow, he got picked up again. I promise, guys, I'm not lying. This blitz does work. It may have to do with the fact that Mabane isn't a fast. He's fast, but he's not like the fastest. Let's leave that blitz angle the way it was just to see, but I'm pretty sure you have to change it. And of course, it kind of comes in there, so you may not have to change the blitz angle. I thought it. I've always changed the blitz angle, but you may not have to. Let's see one more time. Let me just kind of bring. If you want, you can bring Wagner in like this and kind of hold that guy off like that right there. And that's why I use him a lot, because you can hold him like that. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like that is going to kill your user ability, because they know who you're in an elite setting. They know who you're using anyway. And I mean, you're only bringing him back down like a foot. I mean, a foot, like maybe half a yard here, and you're just holding in like this. And I hold LT or whatever it's called, L2 or L trigger. The strafe button, I always do that. I like to strafe with my user player. I don't like to, because what it does is it just, in my opinion, it puts you in a better position. I don't like to run in circles like most people. So, but there you see, now we're getting it. When you bring the middle linebacker in to the 4 yards off instead of 5 yards off, for whatever reason, the game will pick him up. I don't know why this occurs, but you'll see here. I mean, if you just bring him like right here and hold, you see how like the guard wants to go get him instead of the spy, and then comes right in there. Now let's talk about how to pick up that A-gap real quick. I just want to show you guys. All you have to do is slide protect aggressive, and what will happen is the center will disregard the middle linebacker, and he'll go right after the dude on the right here. You see, but the blitz, it only takes like 2 seconds to get in. It still is a very effective blitz. You're only sending 3. I mean, you could put the other lineman on anything you want. It's not strict to a contain or a spy. So, I mean, you could take Bryant here if you wanted. If you really wanted, you put them all in deep blues and run the A-gap. I wouldn't recommend that, because then you're going to get torched up the middle. But you see the concept is, it still works. So you can, do this from anything else. And for whatever reason, I don't know why the A-gaps are this way, but sliding aggressive picks them up. So I would use this play once you've established left, right kind of thing. But I mean, I would definitely use this formation here as if I was bringing pressure. This is my pressure package. If I'm in an audible or no huddle situation, it's like I don't know, it's like a 3rd and 10 or more. So I'd say maybe third and 10 to 20 range. What I'll do is I'll go to the Sam3 fire here, and I'll baseline, I'll press, I'll send a double pressure setup, and what I'll do is I'll put Earl Thomas in a deep blue, I'll read deep blue Chancellor, and I'll put Wagner to deep blue. And what I essentially have now is a cover 5 type of a scenario, and they'll play everything, and I got 2 people coming free. You're not going to pick that up unless you block a lot of people, and they're still going to, block shed. So it's going to be a tough blitz pick up, and you have say, it's a 10-yard route. You're thinking maybe 2 to 2.5 seconds to develop that. Pressure's there by that time, and you don't know what I'm in defensively. So it's a tough situation. It's a snap, it's a snap decision. If they're in 3rd and 10, if they're in 3rd 15, the routes won't even develop by then. They're going to have to run after the catch, and that's why they're in the deep blues. So that's the concept. If I'm in a situation, let's just go over this real quick. This is kind of when I will use this formation. If I'm in a situation where it's late in the game and they have a Hail Mary or end of the half type of a scenario, I'll just call the will to fire, and I'll base the line press. I will not press. Actually, I won't press. I'm sorry, I lied. I won't press. I'll send the double side pressure, and I'm going to re-deep blue the middle linebacker and the outside corners here. And the reason being is because I like these deep blues that these guys are playing, because they kind of shade out. And all I'm doing here is I'll get on the middle linebacker if I can freaking get to him here, and I'll just start running backwards and force them to kind of get me deep. But, I mean, these are kind of simple scenarios. And then also, guys, real quick, if I'm in a situation where it's 3rd and 10, if it's 3rd and 9 or less, I'll call the will fire 2, and I'll yellow everyone on the field. So, what I would do is I'll, bring Chancellor in here, rehook him, Thomas, dot him right in here, take Wagner, make sure that nothing's over the middle, and just kind of force them to make a snap decision with 2 seconds to throw. I mean, literally, probably 1 to 2 seconds they have to throw, and the pressure's there. So, I mean, it's just a way to play the game, and this is the way I've been playing all year. And I've beaten some good players. I've gotten beat by some good players. But, I mean, that's the way it goes every year for anyone who, doesn't know that. Anywho, this is the 4-3 stack. This is very simple. Let's just go over some coverage concepts real quick. I've already gone over this, but I want to go over it again, touch up base with you guys on it. So the coverage concept the only coverage concept I would ever run from this is the A gap, but I have a few concepts that you may be able to use. So anywho, if you spread your line here, and you could crash them either way, it doesn't really matter. I like to crash them. I just flip whatever, but the side that you see how we get, I crash them left or I crash them right or crash them up. It don't matter. I mean, if you want to, well, yeah, let's just do it like that. Spread line, crash line up, and you're gonna re-blitz Irvin. That's all you're gonna do. You're gonna leave Clemens on this angle here. What I'll do is I'll take KJ. I'll put him in a a deep blue zone here. I'll spy my Bane. I'll take Bryant and put him in. I don't know. Let's see. This is why I don't blitz, but. Put Brian in something, and we'll let him play that purple. We made deep blue hill here, but you see, I mean, there's just, this is like a seam type of scenario. You want to take away seams, and you can kind of cover the curl flats if you want. So that's just a basic concept, and you can run that from cover 2 as well. If you want to do something like this, have the corners in yellows. What I would do is I would bring it like this. I'd re-yellow all of my linebackers, and I'd man up the outside guys with the corners here. And again, same concept with the linemen. And then I would just drop maybe Mabane, maybe man them up on the slots, and rely on these 2 yellows to do their thing, force them to really make a read, and they're in man coverage. You're not going to get crushed unless the running back's on a streak, and again, you're using the middle linebacker, so that shouldn't be an issue. So that's the simple. I have to go, guys. My brother and sister actually have a birthday party today, so got to get some stuff done for that. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This has been some simple 4-3 stack kind of breakdown portion of the guide. These audibles are Sam 3-fire and Will 2-fire. You also have quick audibles that you can do the same exact things with. 2-man under is the same exact. I mean, it's literally the same exact thing, same blitz angle, same everything. So if you want to run the A gap from 2-man under real quick, let me just show you. Just hold here, and you see we come in like that. I think we got B gap that time, but I mean it's the same concepts apply. If you guys look at the blitz angles from Sam 3-fire, you'll find that they're the same from 2-man under, cover 2 buck, and the thunder smoke. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys it helps. See, we've got the 4-3 under done. We got the 4-3 stack done. Next video should be covering the 4-4. We'll cover that again. I think we've covered the 4-4 like 2 or 3 times, but might as well put another 4-4 video up. I got some new fire out of it. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and also I'm gonna have to stop the daily series. I don't have the time to do that anymore, so what I'm gonna do instead is be giving in a lot of free schemes. I'm just gonna do schemes, put it all together. On days I have time to record, I'll record everything I got and put it up that way. Hopefully it won't offend anybody, but I mean, it's just what I have to do at this point. If you guys want any videos at all, but be expecting a lot of content come late May, early June, because we'll be getting ready for NCAA, and then we'll be getting ready for Madden 25. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you guys tomorrow. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. And if you are a subscriber, show your support by hitting the like button below. It lets people find the video more. You know, publicizes the video basically is what it does. Also, guys, check the link, check the description for all of my links. You can follow me on Twitter. You can like me on Facebook. You can donate to my channel. But you need to do, if you guys want to, let me just clarify this. I've gotten some messages because people have wanted to donate. If you want to donate to the channel, what you need to do is you need to go to the blogger.com. My blog thing, it's the link in the description that says my blog. You need to go to that link, and then you need to hit the PayPal link on one of my blog posts. So any of my blog posts, just hit that PayPal link. It'll take you to my PayPal account, and you can donate as little or as much as you'd like. But just remember, all those donations go to the channel. Been looking to get a new mic, maybe even get some new stuff, computer, so I could stream. Hopefully, you guys will help me out with that. That's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you tomorrow.